Hello. All right, I'm trying this for literally the fifth time, I think, to make this stupid video. YouTube keeps cutting me off. Super awesome. Done like five 40-minute videos, but apparently now it cuts me off after, I don't know, either a few minutes or 15 minutes or something. So I'm going to try to finish up this series of the origins of the left before these scumbags cut me off. So I'll just pick up where I left off. I was talking about the famous quote by I was about to mention a famous quote by one of the Hessian officers that was hired by Britain to suppress the American Revolution, one of the German mercenaries. And he said, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, call this war by whatever name you may, only call it not an American rebellion. It is nothing more nor less than an Irish-Scotch Presbyterian rebellion. This is because he was actually there. You know, like 99% of people nowadays who talk about the American Revolution have very little idea, like the demographics or like the dynamics involved. And it was very much a Scotch-Irish Presbyterian rebellion. You know, the Anglicans were with the crown, which is natural because the crown, the British crown, is the Pope of the Anglican Church. You know, when they broke off from Catholicism, you know, Presbyterianism broke off from Catholicism and it became democratic, or certainly much, much more democratic. And that was part of what set it at odds with all these monarchs. Well, it looks like it's going to give me 6 minutes for this video. So I guess that's all I am allowed by the YouTubes that be. Silicon Valley is trash. The people who run Silicon Valley are trash. I mean, a lot of them should be in jail or worse. But yeah. So anyway, I guess I have a few more minutes here. So the Scotch-Irish were very influential. They occupied Appalachia, which was, you know, basically the poor land, just as it is now, like the poor areas. They invented the left, really, in the sense that just as their ancestors in Ulster and southwest Scotland invented liberalism, the left is, you know, a French term that we get from the French Revolution. French Revolution was directly copied off of these Scotch-Irish. I mean, is obviously copied off of the revolution, inspired by the revolution that was led and organized by these Scotch-Irish Presbyterians. But it was also, okay, forgot what I was talking about. The Presbyterians, yeah, the French Revolution, it was inspired by the American Revolution, you know, and of course Franklin and Jefferson and Thomas Paine actually went to France, and of course Marquis de Lafayette, who had helped the American Revolution, and others like him were in Paris helping foment the French Revolution. But the specific engine, the specific you know, inspiration for the French Revolution, or for the shape that it took, was the specifically Scotch-Irish, you know, radical side of the American Revolution, as epitomized by the Pennsylvania State Constitution of 1776, which basically, you know, there was no like executive veto, you know, the legislature didn't have any veto against it, and no law was valid until it had been you know, promulgated throughout the state and everybody agreed to it. It was unicameral. There was no aristocratic Senate like what we have in the, our cursed federal system. So this was before the Hamiltonian counter-revolution, which established our federal constitution. Although luckily the Scotch-Irish came in, and the kind of left wing came in again with the Bill of Rights, so they salvaged some of the situation. But that was after the actual Constitutional Convention, which was or at least generally a very right-wing gathering, and produced a very right-wing document. But yeah, it was the Scotch-Irish, the Pennsylvania Constitution, which had been, supported by the Scotch-Irish of Western Pennsylvania. That was the basis for the French Revolutionary Constitution and for the French Revolutionary ethos, really. It was the same movement, just carried over to France from Appalachia and from the allies of Appalachia in Philadelphia and on the eastern seaboard. So it looks like it's about to cut me off. I will all right. Thank you very much. And hope this has